Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
It's no secret, the sky is falling in Montreal. They've managed to drop from the top of the division all the way down to 6th, below the Florida Panthers, above the Toronto Maple Leafs. An entire win from being in first place. Why is it so tight in the Atlantic this season? Seriously though, people are panicking, and while I don't think that there's cause to panic, I definitely think that there's cause for concern. And in this video, I want to talk about some of my favorite takes and least favorite takes that I'm seeing online. Let's talk about it. So I thought this would be a fun idea, and it's something, topical, timely. I hope you guys are interested in something like this, and if the video does well, maybe we'll do this again. So there's been a lot of opinions that I've been seeing online, a lot of emotional, I think, hot takes that are coming out. And I kind of want to say this as a disclaimer right off the top. If you're watching this video and I am highlighting you and I'm saying that this is a bad take, that's okay. Some people post bad takes intentionally, so they get engagement. I'm not saying that's what you did, but I see it a lot. I post bad takes sometimes. They're usually meant to be funny, but I did say that there would be a time this season we might be missing Logan Mailloux, and I don't think that's going to happen. Definitely not this season. I don't know, maybe. So let's talk about some of these takes that I'm seeing online. The first one, I'm half and half with. C'est une opinion de notre ami Georges Larocque. This guy, I feel, will sometimes put out intentionally bad takes for engagement bait. And I'm going to come right out and say it. A lot of the times I disagree with what he says, but I actually happen to like a lot of what he's saying about last night's game. Check it out.
Pour vrai, j'ai jamais vu ça. Arbor, tu sais comment je t'aime? Hier, t'as pas fait la job. Hier, c'était même honteux. Non seulement t'as aucune mise en échec dans le match, le gars Wilson assomme Evans qui finit pas le match. En plus, il cross-check des mid-off. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Rien. T'as même pas sauté dessus, t'as même pas frappé personne. Pars après Ovechkin, pars après quelqu'un, fais quelque chose, rien. Je suis désolé, mais si Xhekaj n'intimide pas, ne frappe pas l'adversaire, il ne sert à rien.
I like what he's saying here in principle. I don't like the details of what he's saying. Should Xhekaj have done something? I think that, yeah, he should have. I think that Anderson should have went after Wilson. They have a history. Now we know a little bit more today. Martin St. Louis and Noah Dobson were asked whether or not, somebody wanted to dance with Wilson. Apparently Wilson was asked, but didn't want to. But Martin St. Louis goes on to say that the game was still in grasp when Wilson was asked. By the end of the game, that game was not within grasp. That was the time to take a stupid penalty, to make a statement, and nobody did it. And I didn't like that. That is telling the other team that it's okay to do things like that. You watch hockey long enough, you understand that there's a game within the game within the game. There's politics all over the ice, bureaucracy, and when one of your guys gets hurt, you want to see a response. And as fans, it shows you that the team is tight-knit, that they're looking out for each other, that they're a pack. Yeah, and it was disappointing not to see something like that happen yesterday. Says Arbor should have started something with Ovechkin. I disagree with that. You don't just do that. That's going a little bit too far, but I can excuse Georges Larocque for saying that because it's Georges Larocque. Next one I want to talk about is a bunch of whataboutism about Noah Dobson, Uri Slafkovsky, Lane Hudson, Emil Heineman, Zach Bolduc. It's a bunch of bad faith arguments and rage bait about whether or not the Montreal Canadiens should have traded Emil Heineman. I'm happy for Emil Heineman. He's on the first line on the Islanders. He's got a lot more responsibilities over there, and because of the opportunities he's getting, he's doing really well. But to think that this was like some sort of a lost situation for the Montreal Canadiens to gain Noah Dobson, a right-handed defenseman that they sorely needed, this was a mutually good trade for both teams. I really liked Emil Heineman. I would like to see him still on the team. And do we need him right now? Yeah, he would be good on the team right now. but there's injuries. The team is going through something right now. There's lots of forwards in the pipeline. And at the time, Heineman was proving to be redundant. Kent Hughes, Jeff Gorton have said so many times that they hate redundancy. And you can definitely see a theme throughout the prospect pool. Finding those spots, you have to transform yourself. Going back to the Larocque comments about Xhekaj, he's had to transform himself as well. He's not just a fighter. To that point, what Larocque said about him being useless if he isn't fighting, that's not true. He's transformed himself to provide more than just that, and that's going to serve him well in the future for his career. Still got a lot of work to do, but next is the hate for Montembeault and now, I guess, Jakub Dobeš. Fans are insisting that the Montreal Canadiens should trade for Calvin Pickard and Stuart Skinner just to change up the climate for these sore goaltenders. I think that that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek and funny, but I also think that some fans have drank the Kool-Aid so hard that they actually believe that that could be something that could happen. The pitchforks need to go away about the goaltenders. Yeah, they're giving up bad goals. They're also being bombarded with 2-on-1s and messy defensive lapses. The guys aren't tying up sticks. They're not doing their job for their goaltenders. They're playing bad in front of them. Was the game winnable last night against the Capitals? Yes, of course it was. 4 goals? If you score 4 goals in a game, you're giving yourself a really good opportunity to win the game. Conversely, you should not be allowing more than 3 goals, preferably 2 goals. This is probably an old stat, but I believe, and I might be getting this wrong, but the most common score is 3-2, a 5-goal game. Of those 20 games, can you guess how many the Canadiens held their opponent to 2 goals or less? 5. 5 games, 1/4 of the games. That's not sustainable. So when I was warning everybody about a slow start, that type of metric, that's what will give you a slow start. The great thing that happened was Montreal was scoring a lot. So they were able to beat 3 goals. Most of the time it was in overtime. That's not happening these past few games, huh? So the answer really isn't just in the goaltending. It's also in what the guys are doing in front of the net. They have to be tighter. Alex Carrier, I love him. He has not been great this season. Xhekaj has improved. He's been doing well. Jaden Struble continues to work well with Lane Hutson. But both those guys, sometimes in the defensive end, they have lapses. We're really missing Caden Gooley. Mike Matheson has been phenomenal. So has Noah Dobson. But Lane Hutson, he's not having the season he was last season. He's experiencing the sophomore slump a little bit. Defensively, he puts in the work, but a lot of the times he overcommits in the offensive zone. And then my last point defending these poor goaltenders, Jake Evans, Josh Anderson, and Yoel Armia used to be a great shutdown line. Josh Anderson and Jake Evans continue to be great on the PK. Their line, however, they get trapped a lot. Gallagher wasn't a good fit on that line. I don't think that was a good fit. Maybe Florian Xhekaj is going to slide his way onto that line. Certainly, if Evans is not playing tomorrow night, I think he's going to be playing with Anderson and Ho, which concerns me. But I'd be interested to see what Xhekaj could do on the wing with Evans and Anderson. That would be a nice identity line. Hopefully, I don't know how far Xhekaj's gotten with his defensive skills. I know he's been on a mission. The last one I want to talk about is the power play. Everyone has their opinions about the power play. Everybody wants to talk about the Montreal power play because they're 0 for 18, 19. And I will say that by and large, the comments from the community are typically pretty good about the power play. I don't think that it should be controversial. Cole Caulfield should not be playing in front of the net. Juraj Slafkovsky should be in that position. They should not be running 2 defensemen. And they don't need to move the puck around so much anymore, by passing it, but they need to move their feet a little bit more. Look versatile, look dangerous, look like you're always looking for an in, move around a lot. Confuse them, create chaos. It does bug me that it does feel like one of those situations where you're like, I'm smarter than the coach. But you're not smarter than the coach. They're trying things. They might know more than we do, but it might actually be one of those situations where somebody observing from the outside has a better view on what's happening. So I really hope they come to their senses. I hope they put Demidov as well back on line 1. Power play 1, I mean. And I just hope that sorts itself out. I just hope that they start being more confident in themselves. And that's another thing that I want to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's actually getting pretty late. I'm a single dad on the weekend. I'm going to be watching my son and daughter tomorrow. And a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old, they take a lot of energy out of you, man. So I want to do something fun outside. I want to do like an arts and crafts thing. I want to make something good to eat. So I got to be on my game tomorrow morning. And I hope the Montreal Canadiens are on their game tomorrow night. Montreal versus Toronto. What a great game this would be if they snap their losing streak against Toronto, who is having a difficult time as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow night. Hope you're all doing well. I really appreciate all the support that you've been giving me, guys. Really, we've been going through some tough times. It was really nice, and I have to do it again. It was really nice talking with you during the live stream that I did the other day. I would like to do that again, except maybe instead of playing a video game, I would just chill out with you guys. We'd watch some videos, talk hockey. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's going to do it for me. You guys know what you have to do. Like the video, helps me out with, I don't know, search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.
Bonsoir.